Well, I graduated from Incarnate Word High School. It was an all-girls Catholic private school. Yeah, you're probably saying to yourself, all girls, well, that sucks, but honestly, it wasn't that bad. Well, in May 2009, I graduated with a class of 123 students, and being a female-populated class, and we looked up to many female influences. Therefore, our class speaker was Sonia Sotomayor, the first Hispanic Supreme Court Justice. However, I didn't really comprehend her message because I honestly just wanted to get my diploma and get the heck out of there. But after researching her life experiences and her accomplishments, I came to find out that she was a major influence in the Hispanic community. Well, I'm going to be talking about her influences and how minorities can influence government, and how she's a good example of how she can rise up to power from a low status. I'll be talking about her upbringing, her social influences, and the political influences throughout society. Sonia Sotomayor was born June 24th in 1954 in South Bronx, New York. She grew up in a public housing project. She grew up with her brother Juan and her dad and her mom. Her dad was a third-grade education factory worker, and her mom was a nurse. However, when Sonia Sotomayor was 9, her dad had passed away, so it left her mom to be a single mother and take care of both her brother and her. Her mom had always instilled education within her, so education had always been a major aspect throughout her life. Sotomayor had graduated valedictorian from Blessed Sacrament High School, and she went on to an Ivy League school, which was Princeton University. She graduated with honors with her undergraduate degree with Phi Beta Kappa and Summa Cum Laude, and she went on to her graduate degree at Yale Law School, and she also graduated with honors in Yale. After Yale, she went to Manhattan in 1979 and started off as an assistant district attorney, and after 5 years, she had tried dozens of cases, and she went on to her private practice in 1984, where she became a corporate litigator. But in 1992, that's when her judicial service actually started, when she was appointed to the U.S. District Court by President Bush, where she had tried 450 cases, and she was known as a sharp and fearless judge. Later on, President Clinton appointed her to the U.S. Court of Appeals for the Second Circuit in 1998, where she did that for 11 years. Now that I've discussed the biography of Sotomayor, I'm going to discuss her social influence. The Hispanic community and women have been very influenced by Sonia Sotomayor. First of all, she was the first Hispanic Supreme Court Justice appointed May 26 by Obama, and she replaced Justice Souter. This was a big move because the number of Hispanics elected to public offices in the U.S. has increased by 3.5%, according to a study by the National Association of Latino elected and appointed offices. For her being the first Supreme Court Justice, that shows that it wants to influence other Hispanics that they can grow up to power as well with education and motivation, no matter what low status that you are. Also, Hispanic and women voices are heard in the political aspects. Hispanic and women are known as minorities, and well, Sotomayor is a good representative for them, to get their voices heard and to let them know that they have someone there to back them up. Also, she's also doing community work, such as a development school for youth program, which sponsors inner city high school students. And what that is she gets 70 high school students and takes them into the court and shows them an actual, either a court case or a make-believe one, so they know what's going on, so they know how justice is served and how the political aspect of the society works. Sotomayor brings controversy to the court because she intertwines ethnicity and law. Some judges, they don't like that because she seeks the opinions of the Hispanic community. Well, most of the judges in the Supreme Court are white conservatives, and they're also Republicans. So for her to come into the court as a Hispanic and a woman, they find that threatening because they're not used to that. They're used to being conservative and having their own way, how they had it. Now that I've discussed Sonia's social influence, I'm going to talk about her political influence. The political aspect of her life has been the most important. The big question is, why did Obama choose her out of 4 other women? Out of 4, like I said, out of 4 other women, Obama was least familiar with Sotomayor. However, he was impressed with her experience and her strong intellect, and also her personal experience. Being that she grew up from a Hispanic upbringing, he liked that there was another perspective in life instead of just the normal, which was the white conservatives. Also, it was also a benefit for him because during his election, he had a very high vote of Hispanics. So if he ever wanted to run for re-election, he has Sonia Sotomayor there as a Hispanic representative. So the Hispanic community will be like, well, I have someone there for me. Obama chose her. Let me vote for him again. And her being a liberal Democrat, that also brings up the votes up for him as well. Sonia Sotomayor's role as a Democrat and a liberal have also influenced political policy, especially with the votes in the Supreme Court. Like I had mentioned, the people in the Supreme Court, the judges in the Supreme Court are white, conservative, and Republicans. Well, with the liberal and Democratic vote, it brings, it splits the vote, as in for example, like the cases in the Arizona law and Roe versus Wade. And Roe versus Wade is, it's the case where legalizing abortion came into place. Well, with an extra vote from the Democratic, liberal side, like the white Republicans have more, a more problem with that because they want it to go their way. But with Sonia there, it'll go the other way. Now that I've discussed Sonia's political influences, I now come to the conclusion. We have learned that a minority can push themselves to power and how her social and political influences have created what she's created for the government. And all of us have some degree of motivation, whether you use it to push it to become great. No matter what ethnicity you are, you can learn that with a good education, it can take you a long way, like it did for Sonia Sotomayor. Thank you.